everyone, welcome back to The Trend. Today's trending topic is about plastic surgery and if platforming it is dangerous to the public. This is inspired by Brooke Schofield, who is Tana Mojo's co-host for the Cancelled podcast, and the fact that she decided to get in and share her journey with getting an upper blepharoplasty. So basically where they remove the excess skin around her eyelids. And from my understanding, that is a plastic surgery that you typically get done when you're older and your vision starts to become obstructed because of the loose skin and the sagging. And Brooke is obviously a 28-year-old beautiful young woman. Her getting this work done has caused a lot of controversy, and truth be told, I'm a little confused. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. Obviously I'm about to get down into my points and what I've been thinking about. But yeah, let me know what you guys think as well. So the reason that Brooke said that she decided to go through with the surgery was because she felt like the skin around her eyelids has always been a barrier to her wanting to do more fun eyeshadow, eyeliner, or just made it difficult for her in general. And she was basically saying, if I can do this surgery for 30 minutes out of my life, out of my day life, for a lifetime of smoother sailing makeup application, why would I not do that? Truthfully, in my opinion, this might be controversial in this day and age, but I do think to some degree plastic surgery can be done for yourself. It's not always to fulfill a certain beauty standard. It's not always done out of insecurity. It could be done, I think it can be done for a beauty standard, and it also at the same time not be done out of insecurity. I feel like there's a whole plethora of reasons people get work done. And it always takes me back even to like 2006, 2007, when I would watch videos of people becoming like more reptilian-like, or, you know, getting like those donut injections in their head or whatever. Those people had a vision for themselves. And I even think to people, or the women online that I would watch that would want to become real life Barbie dolls or real life dolls, despite the fact that they were trying to become more beautiful, I do feel like at their core they knew that was not as typical beauty standard, but they had a vision, okay? They had something for themselves that they wanted to do. I also feel like plastic surgery can make you feel more confident when it's done adjacent to something. So for example, someone that has gone through a major weight loss and they have all this loose skin, and it's like, yes, that is to fulfill a beauty standard because, you know, loose skin isn't something that's typically seen or like celebrated, but that doesn't negate the fact that they did something for themselves without plastic surgery, and they're just using the surgery as a tool to help them feel more confident and like they've achieved something. I think what's going on with Brooke and her audience right now is that they're not understanding each other at all. So the main thing I've been seeing from her fans is the fact that, you know, there's no way this girl loves herself, which I feel like is a crazy statement out the gate, but they're saying that there's no way you can love yourself and then keep changing all these things that you love about yourself through plastic surgery. And Brooke keeps saying like, hey, I do love myself, blah blah blah, which, like, if she says that, I'm gonna believe it. Not my journey, that's her journey to come to terms with if it's not true. But I feel like the part where Brooke's failing is driving home the point of there is no beauty standard. I just wanted to do it to do fun or makeup. Like, I feel like if she would drive that home versus trying to drive the argument that she loves herself more, then her fans would maybe start to realize like it has nothing to do with loving or hating myself and everything to do with wanting to do fun makeup. And if you're the type of person that's gonna say like, hey, makeup is a part of the beauty standard, that's like a whole other conversation. Like, girl, like, we're like 100 years deep into this shit at this point. I also feel like it's a little hypocritical for people to be this heavily criticizing her when every time I see people talking about her online, it's just about how beautiful she is. And she is beautiful, but she's always had work done since she's been on the platform. So it's like there's these versions of acceptable plastic surgery and then what's unacceptable. But the reason they're unacceptable is because they're not talked about. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's interesting to see people feel so up in arms about what she's been doing when it's like, we've been celebrating her looks this entire time. And none of it has been natural. No shade or anything, but that's just a fact. I've been saying it just makes me not understand the controversy about it. So it had me thinking like, okay, why is this so, like, why are people not believing this girl when she says it has nothing to do with beauty standards? And I feel like it's all about the messenger. Like, who is saying the message? Who is telling you this? A message like this, I feel like it has to come from someone that you feel like is being honest with you. So Brooke, for example, like I said, she's had a lot of other work done, in my opinion, that is to meet a certain beauty standard, right? Like getting her boobs done, her lips, like all the filler, blah, blah, blah. Like arguably you could say that that's not for her to try and achieve something, right? That's just her trying to fill a beauty standard. So I get why her fans could be like, this wants to be superficial. Like, we're gonna think you're doing it again to be superficial. Although I do feel like, what does she have to lie about? Like, at the end of the day, what is she lying about to? I feel like she has been honest, and I feel like at the end of the day, if it was for beauty standards or something like that, she wouldn't be sharing it with us. It's just my opinion on that certain aspect. But I also think it's funny when you compare it to someone like Bella Hadid or Ariana Grande, who have been very honest about the work they've had done and their feelings about it, but they've been honest about it years after the fact. Whereas like Brooke has been taking us on this journey with her, and look at the public response to both of them. So I feel like while Brooke is getting criticized because people felt like they were getting more authentic versions of Bella and Ariana, their statements were made, they were accepted much more than Brooke's were. So even though they were both saying like how they had regrets about certain work they've had done, Bella's talking about how she kept the nose of her ancestors, and Ariana talking about how she was hiding behind the plastic surgery and not embracing parts of herself. But yet both women have also said like, when the time comes, like they're not shy about it, they will get work done. Or if they feel like they want to get something, they will. So they're not even like denying the fact that they will get plastic surgery when they feel like they want to, and yet they did not get the same type of backlash that someone like Brooke Schofield is getting. Now, I also understand how it could be the level of celebrity, it could be the level of loyalty coming from their fans that could be affecting this as well. But I do think it's just interesting, and I think it has a lot to do with who is telling you this. Despite all of this, I feel like this raises a bigger question, us as fans and consumers, that we could reflect on, and it's like, do we actually want honesty? And I get it, like watching Brooke's TikToks where she's like, did you guys want me to, like, should I regret being honest with you guys? Should I regret telling you? I didn't want to pull up with new eyes and then you guys wondering like, hey, what's going on? I feel like this is a case of you just will never satisfy anyone because people have such strong opinions about plastic surgery in general. In Brooke's context, I do feel like she did the most authentic thing she could have done for herself, right? Like, she is an influencer and she hasn't built her platform off of being relatable. Like, at the end of the day, respectfully, she's just a girl. Again, I also feel like the controversy doesn't make sense, but I feel like because Brooke as an influencer, a celebrity persona, whatever, she has become such a polarizing figure. I almost feel like people are taking out their frustrations with other things she's done through this. Because again, I'm telling you, like, there's no way we were all calling her beautiful, like praising her, gassing her up, blah, 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 when she had her tits done, her lips done, her face done, like blah, blah. And like a little bit of eye skin is what got you guys going. Like, now she's gone too far. What? I even look at someone like Zac Efron, right? God bless him, because I'm just the type of person where it's like, call me gullible, call me whatever. It makes my life easier. If a celebrity says something, I'm gonna believe them, okay? So when Zac came out looking brand new and he said, damn, I just like broke his entire jaw, whatever he was doing, hiking, whatever active shit he was doing, and everyone's like, no, you got some plastic surgery and you didn't even, you thought you would get away with it, but we all caught you. We don't even believe them when they're trying to be honest with us. And yet I feel like historically we've been really upset with people when they keep stuff from us, right? So I look at someone like the Kardashians, or even like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, and for years it's like no one talked, like everyone saw their bodies were changing, but like none of them really wanted to tell us what was going on, right? Or they were like giving us like bits and pieces of like, oh yeah, like I got a little like Botox. Are we not going to talk about the rest of you? And I feel like historically it comes down to this version of like what is acceptable surgery and what isn't, right? So I look at someone like Heidi Montag, right? She was known in the early 2000s for having like 10 or 11 surgeries in one day. And I get that that was also part of the novelty of what she went through, but it was also her brand new face. And I see TikToks of her now and I see all the comments talking about, but she looks better now. Like she looked better in her after. Oh, she was on to something. Yeah, but for her time, which was only 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 probably-ish, she was ridiculed for it and absolutely criticized. And I feel like in the same way the Kardashians were, same way Kylie was for her lip flip, or her lip filler. Until it was normal, it wasn't. And they were heavily criticized. And I feel like it's a little unfair for people online to be going this hard into Brooke when it's like, at the end of the day, people have been doing this for probably longer than we've ever been aware of, but no one's talked about it. So now that you have someone like Brooke talking about it, I feel like it's a little unfair for us to be grilling her this hard and also telling someone how they should feel about themselves. I don't know, Brooke seems to be taking it on the chin, like she's just having a hee hee ha ha in her TikToks, but I just feel like I'm a little confused. In my humble opinion, I feel like leaning towards this era of more honesty is the better option. If you see Brooke Schofield getting her eyebrows done and you think that's crazy, then you know in your heart that you're never gonna get it done. And that's the easiest thing. Like, I feel like Brooke kind of also made a good point when she said, like, I don't want you guys to look at me and think like, oh, she's like naturally beautiful, she came out like this. Like, no. When you had someone like the Kardashians or even the celebrities before them, and you know, I feel like with social media, it's been easier for us to pick apart, even if they never admit to it, for us to pick it apart and say like, okay, they've clearly gotten this done. There's still a wide range of an audience that's very impressionable and very vulnerable to those types of things. And I think honesty is the one thing that influencers, celebrities, everyone at least can give to us if they are going to do the work, which they are. They're the ones on a platform where, whether you want to admit it or not, their looks are being picked apart a million times. Whatever they want to do, even if it is because they're insecure or to feel better, so be it. And this is coming from a person that my aunt has literally turned to me and in nonchalant, casual conversation been like, when are you going to start getting Botox done? Never, auntie. That's your journey, not mine. But like, what am I going to do? I'm the one that, me in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm saving like $1,000 not doing this. Oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I also don't have the pressures that they feel. And while I feel like social media, and in my opinion, again, being honest is the right route, I feel like because of social media, despite people being honest, we can't tell when people are being authentic anymore. And I feel like that's what Brooke is struggling with. And I don't really have an answer for that. Not that Brooke's ever gonna see this, truthfully, but I just think it's funny because I feel like that's where the disconnect is happening, where even though she's telling us the truth, in my opinion, people aren't believing her. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I feel like I'm about to get grilled on this video in terms of like, oh, you're gonna set feminism back, like blah, blah, because that's what all of Brooke's comments are. And don't get me wrong, like I get the argument completely, but I just feel bad when it's like everyone's hounding on one person at a time. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.